everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a rundown of the best cherry fragrances. I always love cherry at this time of year in the autumn because it's sweet and fruity, but it's got a depth to it, which is nice as the weather starts to turn. So I'm going to run down my top recommendations for cherry perfumes. If you are new here, then hello and welcome. I have hundreds of videos like this on different perfume notes, new releases, so do check them out, as well as my blog where I have articles like this on whole fragrance notes and the best perfumes for them. As always, all the links will be in the description box where you can get these around the world. And if you are a regular, do make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up. That really helps me. And if you do like fruity perfumes, I definitely recommend you check out my fragrances, Empress, which has strawberry in, and mango in my Aphrodite. All the links below to where you can get my fragrances and my super concentrated soy wax candles. Cool, so cherry is definitely an ingredient that wasn't used in a lot of perfumes for a long time, and then in the past sort of 5 years I've seen quite a lot of new releases with cherry in, so it's definitely having a moment. And I've got a different selection here, not to be confused with cherry blossom, which is a much lighter, fresher, airy, slightly sweet scent. I can do a video on cherry blossom perfumes if you like, just let me know. So I think I'm going to start off with the Kayali Love Fest Burning Cherry that I have here in their travel spray. This is probably, I don't know if it's I think this might be my favorite cherry at the moment. It's a black cherry. So when you think about cherries, you've got like the candied type cherry scent, you've got a fresh cherry, and you've also got like a deep black cherry, which is almost plum-like. That's what you get in Love Fest. And as it develops, it starts to reveal the burning element in here. So you get a little bit of a sort of bonfire, charcoaly undertone, which makes this really quite cozy and perfect for the winter months, the autumn, fall months. It's an eau de parfum. I find it performs pretty well, and having that sort of burning undertone makes it very unique as well. It's also the only sort of black cherry perfume that I'm aware of. Usually they're more the red cherry. So it's something just a little bit different, and I think it's probably my top recommendation for cherry, along with Le Petit Robe Noir from Glam. This is probably one of the first proper cherry perfumes I ever smelt. I find this range so underrated. The bottles are really beautiful, and this one is amazing for lasting. It's a deep cherry with lots of almond in. It's sweet, it's interesting, it's sexy, and honestly the performance is so good. It's so underrated. Le Petit Robe Noir means little black dress, and you've got this little black dress on it. I really recommend trying this if you like cherry perfumes, because it really lasts very well. I also find that because this has been out for a while and it's not like that popular, you can usually find this at really good discounted prices. So I'll see if I can find some good offers for you and leave the links in the description. But this, in fact, I think this is probably my top recommendation for cherry. Next, we've got Lancome's La Nuit Trésor Intense. This is a sour cherry fragrance. This one comes with the sort of DNA of the La Nuit Trésor range, which have a sort of rose heart and lots of other notes, maybe a bit of patchouli underneath. So the cherry is there, but it's accompanied by these other notes as well, which round off the fragrance. It's not particularly sweet. It's more well-rounded and a bit floral. It's definitely pretty. And again, I find the La Nuit Trésor perfumes are really nice, quite underrated. Obviously, very unique bottle in this sort of diamante shape. I think this is probably the most feminine and pretty out of them all. Along a similar line as well is Carolina Herrera's Very Good Girl Glam, the pink glittery shoe. Again, you've got a sour cherry combined with a bitter almond, and again, it has a rose in there as well. So it's definitely along similar lines to La Nuit Trésor Intense. It's definitely my favorite bottle from the Good Girl range because it's pink and sparkly, but I think you can probably get La Nuit Trésor Intense for a better price than the Good Girl one. So and not to be confused with some of their other like pink ones like Glam. It's a sparkly one that has that cherry top note. Jimmy Choo I Want You Forever is next up. Again, this combines cherry with rose, patchouli, kind of like the Kylie one, but without, it's cherry, like red cherry rather than black cherry. This is definitely the most like wearable, typical fruity floral in this range. Probably the safest buy out of all of them. I definitely prefer it to the original I Want You. I think this is just a little bit more unique, but it's still very wearable and could be worn throughout the year, I think, as well. For a very affordable cherry, Ghost Orb of Night, which comes in the iconic ghost-shaped, moon-shaped bottle. This again has almond and cherry in. It's very wearable, warm but still sweet, and still has a bit of freshness in, kind of like the Jimmy Choo. It also has a little bit of caramel in as well, and it gives me vibes a little bit of Jimmy Choo Eau de Parfum, that mix of like fruits and caramel. And it's like a much lighter version of Empress as well. These are quite hard to find in the States, but widely available in the UK. Like I said, I'll leave the links to where it is available down below. I have managed to find some Ghost perfumes in the US, so I'll see what I can find. But you can usually get these for about 25–30 pounds. One that was a good cherry perfume was Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal by Night. That's been discontinued, so it's quite hard to find, but that had a very warm, sweet cherry in it. Guess Seductive Red, super affordable, like fresh, fruity cherry. You can usually get that for maybe like £10–15. And also the Tom Ford cherry fragrances, if you have a spare like £200. You've got Lost Cherry, you've got the newer versions that have come out. They're all relatively like oriental ambery cherries and quite intense, quite unisex. The price point is very high though, and I think personally I'd recommend just getting one of these, but if you are a Tom Ford fan, I'll leave the links to them down below as well. So that's my list of cherry perfumes. Let me know what your favorite is or what else you'd add to this list. Would you like me to make a cherry perfume in the future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to find out more about these different fragrance ranges, I do have videos and articles on them all, so I'll leave those linked as well, along with where you can buy all these. But that's it guys, so thanks so much for watching as always. Do make sure you give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
You